Right, so it's finished Coventry 2, Sunderland 1, and we were well and truly robbed by the blind referee that was officiating that game. Some of the decisions were just farcical. Not to give them a penalty for us, which it was a handball. The player might not have done not much about it, but it was still a handball. Totally irrelevant. The yellow cards he was giving left, right, and centre. He was just letting them kick us up a fucking height. I'm not gonna lie, up a height. And their goal, Stephen. The two fouls previous to that, the Sky commentators were saying the same thing. The Coventry players stopped. They stopped playing.
That's when it comes to something. The Coventry players who committed the foul stopped playing because they knew it was a foul, but the referee was like, no, play on. Go and get yourselves in the box and have a crack. And that's where their first goal come from. It was a shambles. I mean, you just said the blind ref. He wasn't blind. He knew exactly what he was doing. Our penalty shot in the first 5 minutes, whether the player knew about it or not, it hit his hand and it stopped a cross going in the box. And the referee couldn't have been better placed for it, and he just fucking waved it on and ignored it. And it's an absolute shambles. Right. He needs investigating off the FA for that performance, because it's an absolute disgrace. And I'm sick of it happening week in, week out, with the referees being shite. But regardless of the referees, sloppy behaviour by Dan Neil again, sloppy behaviour by Ahmad for the third game in a row. We're giving the ball away too many times. We're sloppy in possession. We're making it easy for the teams to get the ball off us because we're just giving it away, and we're not playing as good. Teams have either sussed us out, or we're tired, or we're running out of ideas, because we kind of keep playing the same way because they know how to cut it out.
Well, in our preview, Stephen, we did say that we felt like Dan Neil should be rested, not that he should be dropped or run out like that. Just some of his play hasn't been up to standards, and today proved it. How many times we mentioned that Dan Neil gave the ball away in the first half, it's unbelievable. And the same with Ahmad as well. And I was very surprised to say that Mitchell got took off first other than Dan Neil, and Clark did, because I feel sorry for Clark at times, because he does come under, he's a bit like a scapegoat in my opinion. He doesn't get any support down that left, as Ahmad always drifts out to the other side. And for me, I'm not taking much away from Coventry, because I thought defensively they were solid. But we found it so hard to break them down.
They've got the most clean sheets in the season out of any other team in the championship. They are good defensively. What they're also good at is crying like little bitches, waving their hands, asking for yellow cards, asking for free kicks for the slightest of thing, and getting in the referee's face. It's pathetic to watch grown men go on like that. It really is. But the fact of the matter is, we simply haven't been good enough the last few games.
No.
We haven't been.
Like you've just says there, the constant whinging. They already had a 12th man. Now I'm talking about the three fans, what they had in the stadium. I'm talking about the manager, the referee, sorry. It was just, you may as well have had a blue shirt on, how bad it was today. We done a stream and we couldn't focus on commentary because of how bad the referee was being. You know, it was a joke, absolute joke. Like Stephen said, Coventry, they took their chances. I know the first one should have even been allowed, because there was the two blatant fouls, but the second one, where was the defence? But
the second one also came from another handball shout in their box, where it hit McFadzean's belly and then went onto the back of his hand. So if his hand's not there, the ball's not going to stay in front of him for him to clear it. So it's other decisions. I mean, it
should have been done better.
There's going to be lots of people doing the argument as, we need VR. Right. It's still one of them ones that you either want it or you don't. It's as simple as that. VR would have helped us out massively in that game. Of course it would have. It would have helped us out. It would have been, their goals would have been disallowed, and we would have had a blatant penalty.
Year for numerous times I've been saying that. I didn't want VR. I think it should. I don't. I think it's right.
What I want is the referees to fucking do the job properly.
But that's not going to happen, is it really?
But it needs to. The FA need to. Because it's not just the players that get looked at. You know, the FA have people analysing the referees, and for performances like that, they need to be absolutely ridiculed, punished, and fucking sorted out, because it's simply not good enough, and the FA need to pull the fingers out and get it sorted. And it's not just against us. There's plenty of teams who are playing week in, week out in the Championship, and they're having to put up with farcical official performances like that one today.
That's a good point. It's not just us being bitter because we've lost. It's simply, you can ask any fan base, they'll tell you the same things. The refereeing, the quality of referee in this league it's bad. I thought it would be a jump up from League One, and I tell you what, it's not. It's not. The EFL, like you've just said, they need to look into these referees. But listen, Stephen, like you said, it wasn't just the referee. We had a very bad game. I'm not going to lie.
You've got to play your game still.
You still have
regardless whether the referee's not on your side or whatever, or he's on the other team's side. You've still got to put your chances away. We had few chances. We could have created more, but we keep on trying to fucking walk the ball in the net rather than just fucking hitting it. They scored 2 decent goals. Whether they should have counted or not, irrelevant. They did. They hit the back of the net twice. Fair play. I mean, it was a good finish by Ahmad, but it's the only thing he's done in the last 3 games.
I totally agree. I've said this numerous times as well in previous videos. I wouldn't mind resting Ahmad.
We've got a week now before our next game.
We've got
a week before our Stoke at home next week. We've got a week for Tony Mowbray to iron out all these fucking creases that's come up in the team. Get some rest in the lads, because this is the first week where we wouldn't have had a midweek game as well in 5 weeks. So we need to get rested for a couple of days, get back on the training ground, and we need to come up with new ideas on how to break teams down.
But you know what though, for large periods of time in that game, we did have all of the ball. It's just like I was saying, Coventry's got a really good defence, and they just made it so hard. The space between the midfield and the defence, their defence, was so narrow and they were compact, and we were struggling. Our wingers, our creative players, when they were getting the ball coming down the wing, there was 2 or 3 defenders coming across and just isolating them, and they couldn't really get into their flow. So credit to them for the way they played. I didn't get us wrong, the whinged constantly, this overshadows the game as the referee for me. I'm pissed right off. But anyway, Stephen, that's it from us. Hit the thumbs up.
Subscribe if you're new.
See you in a bit.